In this presentation, I am going to show you how to efficiently navigate the website I have created for the general public on the effectiveness of gender-affirming voice training for Tampa Bay trans feminine clients. And I will also be educating you as we go through the presentation on what the key takeaways are for this topic and for the website itself. So in this section of the website, you're going to notice my Who Am I section, a little bit about myself. My name is Matthew Arquette. I'm a 36-year-old psychology major at the University of South Florida, St. Petersburg, proudly living in St. Pete, Florida. My academic focus lies in general psychology, but my ultimate goal is to become a clinical psychologist. As a gay man and member of the LGBTQ plus community, I bring a deeply personal understanding of the unique challenges faced by marginalized individuals. Having experienced stigma and various forms of trauma firsthand, I am passionate about creating safe, supportive spaces for others, especially those navigating complex journeys of identity and healing. While I am not pursuing gender transition myself, I am particularly committed to supporting individuals who are. I am to be a compassionate ally and an informed advocate, especially for those undergoing gender-affirming processes, such as voice training for trans feminine clients. Helping others has always been a core part of who I am, and I see my future in psychology not just as a career, but as a meaningful way of giving back to my community. I'm excited to continue learning, growing, and making a difference, both through the education and through service. In this section, you're going to hear me talk about how to find the right gender-affirming voice teacher, some key points to consider, as well as the video that I have attached. That video is about when choosing a gender-affirming voice teacher, Olivia recommends 5 key things. Check their background. Some are speech pathologists, others come from music. Make sure you feel safe and comfortable with their personality. Look for a teacher who listens and tailors lessons to your unique vocal goals. They should give clear, supportive feedback and prioritize vocal health with gradual, sustainable techniques. Most importantly, take your time finding someone who truly supports you. You can book a consult with Olivia through the link in the description. In this section of the website, you're going to get a better understanding of the process. You're going to learn from Jordan, which is a voice coach for trans folks, and how to get started. Speech pathologist Jordan shares how gender-affirming voice changes are possible in under a year with the right tools and support. Start by measuring your pitch with the Voice Tools app, then work on pitch, resonance, and intonation to match your voice goals. Jordan also emphasizes nervous system regulation, like breathwork and grounding, to support vocal change. Whether you work with a speech therapist or a coach, the key is finding someone experienced in affirming. Jordan offers online courses covering all these areas to help you get started. As you scroll down a little further on the website, you're going to see a section called peer reviews. This is a section that has 5 peer reviews, each a very educational piece of work that goes through the process and certain parts of the process that I thought were super important for people to be educated on. The first peer review is 7830, Gender Affirming Hormone Therapy Improves Levels of Depression in Transgender Individuals Within the First Year of Treatment. This was a study of 31 transgender individuals found that gender-affirming hormone therapy significantly improved mental health over 1 year. Their depression scores dropped, suicidal thoughts decreased, and participants reported better mood, sleep, and life satisfaction. Though some gender-specific emotional changes occurred, the overall results support GAHT as a key part of comprehensive affirming care. Peer review number 2 was the non-binary gender identities. This chapter outlines the unique healthcare needs of non-binary individuals, including respectful language use and gender-affirming options like hormone therapy, surgeries, speech therapy, and fertility preservation. It emphasizes personalized affirming care, even when it means surgery without hormones, and calls for more long-term research on outcomes in non-binary populations. Peer review number 3 is called Factors Related to Treatment Attendance for Patients Seeking Gender-Affirming Voice Therapy. This was a study of 50 patients in gender-affirming voice therapy found that telehealth nearly doubled the chance of completing therapy, while social support and hormone therapy led to more session attendance. Insurance, employment, and access to also affected outcomes. The research highlights how both social and economic factors shape access to care and calls for better support for those at risk of dropping out. Peer number 4 went over the gender affirming voice work, a queer autographic account. This was about Maven Gumbel's article that explores gender affirming voice work as a holistic and creative practice that supports transgender and non binary individuals in aligning their voice with their identity. Drawing from personal experience and queer autoethnographic research, Gumbel highlights methods like voice lessons, Alexander technique, guided imagery, and music in solo sessions to show how voice can be a powerful tool for self-expression and transformation within gender-affirming care. Last but not least, peer review number 5 is about the gender transition for dummies. The Gender Transition for Dummies is a friendly, practical guide for transgender and non-binary people exploring or undergoing transition. It covers key topics like coming out, medical options such as hormones and surgery, managing gender dysphoria, updating legal documents, and building support systems. With expert advice and affirming reassurance, the book helps readers navigate transition confidently, reminding them that they're not alone on their journey. Scrolling down a little further on the website, you're going to notice another video called Gender Affirming Voice Care, an important part of transition for some. This is done by the Ohio State Medical Center by Ari Tompis, a transgender woman. This video was about exploring how gender affirming voice treatments like voice training and surgery impact transgender people with vocal dysphoria. By analyzing posts on platforms like Twitter and Reddit, we aim to understand how people talk about these treatments and what their experiences reveal about the community's needs and challenges. If you scroll down a little further, you're going to see the Let's Talk Statistics button. It says you're not alone. Click to see what percentage of the US population is transgender. When you do click on that, you're going to see a video that shows about 1.03% of the nation's adult population identifies as transgender, according to the Household Pulse survey. This is equivalent to approximately 2.6 million Americans.